Hi guys, welcome to the next in the series of lockdown lessons, and today, I hope you can see the board okay, we are looking at economic agents and more specifically the objectives associated with those economic agents. So, who are the economic agents? Well, we're going to talk about three here today. So number one, we're talking about households, which we abbreviate to H in economics, firms, F, or producers, and the government, which we abbreviate to G. So we've got H, F, and G. Before we get into their main objectives, let's just give a little bit of background, a little bit of context for each. So in the UK, I've been checking on the ONS website, so that's the Office for National Statistics. Those of you who are maybe just embarking upon your GCSE economics, that might be something new to you. ONS, Google it. And in 2019, according to the ONS, there were approximately, it was almost sort of high 19 millions, but about 20 million households in the UK. And the median wage, or the median income, again in 2019, was £29,400. Now, by way of context, that's about 100% more than it was 40 years ago in 1980. So it's taken all that time to double the median wage. What about firms then? So actually measuring and putting a number on the number of firms in the economy, that's quite a difficult thing to do. So there's a certain amount of guesswork involved in this. And you may come across this abbreviation in your kind of your research, your work with the UK economy, SMEs, so small and medium-sized enterprises. And you'll know that the UK is predominantly made up of smaller businesses, small to medium-sized enterprises, enterprise being another word for firm or business. And in the UK, so if you want to stick a number on it, again, nota bene is subject to a little bit of guesswork, educated guesswork, but you're talking about approximately 5 million in the UK. And then finally, UK government. So those of you who know your politics, you can't fail to know your politics nowadays. But we've got Conservative Party, of course, Prime Minister Mr. Boris Johnson, and during the election, which Mr. Johnson won last year, and that was with an 80-seat majority at the time on that particular election. So that's a little bit of context, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get to the objectives of each of these economic agents. So I'm going to talk about the ones which are specific to your kind of your specification, your syllabus, but then just talk a little bit more widely in terms of some of the work that we do, particularly here with the local university, Northumbria, and NIBE, the North East Initiative on Business Ethics. So, firstly, the households. So households' main objectives are twofold. Number one, they wish to maximise their utility. In economics, the utility is just a fancy term for their satisfaction or their well-being or their welfare, the standard of living. And the other thing most people wish to maximise is, of course, their wage, because with that increased purchasing power, that enables you to increase your standard of living. The firms are said to have, there are a number of objectives, but these are the key ones cited in your textbook. So maximising their sales, so market share, maximising their revenue, so the money that's coming in, or maximising their profits, so the difference between their revenues and their costs. Now, let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, it's important, and I think from an ethical standpoint, it's important that firms don't simply just look to maximise profit and look to maximise shareholder value. And in all of the collaborations that we do with the North East Initiative on Business Ethics, NIBE, and the Newcastle Business School at Northumbria University, we're always considering whether or not it's right and just for firms to simply chase after shareholder value, or are there wider, more ethical principles of business which should be considered? So I look forward to some of you joining me next academic year at these various NIBE NBS events. And to come to the final objective for the government, so the governments we're saying mainly is to promote economic welfare. I've just been reading from the Chancellor Rishi Sunak this morning, talking about a proposed temporary cut to certain aspects of the economy in terms of the VAT, the value added tax, particularly for tourism and hospitality sectors, which really need to be making hay whilst the sun shines over the summer period. But then it looks like potentially we're going to have some tax rises coming in the autumn statement to try and recoup some of the money that the Chancellor has been spending by the bucket load in recent weeks and months. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it at that and look forward to bringing you the next lockdown lesson. If this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, thanks for coming along. Please subscribe, hit the like button. If you don't already follow me on Twitter, then it's G_economics, Instagram the same, and have a look on my website geeconomics.co.uk. Bye for now.